Alright, thanks for joining me. I'm going to be going over how to change your garbage disposal. And the reason I already took it out so I could show you guys better. It's hard to get up in here and show you guys how to change it out. Purchase a new garbage disposal. Make sure that you take a picture of your old one to make sure that all your mounts will line up. Like your hose here and this hose here. This is my new one here. And the whatever you call this, the drainage or whatever you want to call it. So just make sure that all that lines up, and then make some that are really thick. I got a really tight spot here and I didn't have a lot of room, so they got some that are really bulky and it wouldn't have fit, so I stuck with the same size motor and all that. Pretty much everything you're going to need to know how to get it off. And this is the top of the sink that you are going to be looking at, and down here I just want to show you guys how these are all put on. And you see that little, it's almost like a twist on, twist off, like a pop cap or something like that. So how this is put on, it's placed, let me see, it's in there. And I like to spray some WD-40 on here to get it on there. It'll really help you guys out. Just put some WD-40 around this when you go to put it back on, because this is so heavy and you're trying to hold it up, especially with one person. So that's a quick tip. Or you could just use dish soap. Rub some dish soap on there. That'll help you guys. When this is locked on, this is twisted all the way on. Right there, you see that little gear? And that's twisted on. So when it's locked on, you don't know how to get it off. They got this little, let's try to show you guys. This notch right there. I like to stick a screwdriver in there on one end, and you can usually push your thumb on it and twist it off to get it off. Well, you would do this the opposite way. Sorry about that. Okay, so it would go like that. And then you push one hand there and one hand there, and this would twist off. And they're not on there that hard, so you can pretty much get them off. If you can't do it with just the screwdriver in your hand, you could lock like a vice grips on here, pliers, something like that, or push this way like that, and then tap it with a hammer, and it'll start to go. Very simple. And to get these two off right here, this one right here was a simple little, where did I hide it? Right here, show you guys. Oh, there goes some water. Just unscrew that and that'll give way. And then right here you had like a, what do you want to call that, a plate with a screw. There's two screws. There's let me get over here, one of these screws, so you unscrew both of those sides, and there's a washer right there. Make sure you guys use the washer. A lot of these new units, you might have to punch out. You see that clogged hole? You better not forget this. I actually can't shove my finger through there. I don't know if you guys could see in there. But you have to actually punch it out. Some of them have caps in there. What I'm going to have to do with that one is punch it out. If you're not going to use that and yours doesn't have it, I think it's the water exit. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if yours doesn't have it, don't worry about it. That's why they keep it clogged. If I am going to use it, because I am, I think it has to do with the dishwasher. The dishwasher shoots the water into here, the dirty water or whatnot. I think that's what it does. So I am going to have the dishwasher exiting its water into this garbage disposal. And so because I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to punch that out. If you don't, you're going to clog up your dishwasher and the dirty water won't go. You're going to have problems. Probably call somebody out. Save you guys a lot of trouble right there. So make sure you do take care of that section. It's really, really important. I hate to keep specifying it. On the bottom of your garbage disposal, there is a reset if yours went bad, and maybe it's just clogged, so you could just tap that. Also, another quick tip right here, what you have is a key lock, and what you could do is stick an Allen wrench in there. I don't know if you could see that. If yours just isn't working, it might not need replaced. You might just have to take your Allen wrench and crank that. You might have something dirty inside of here that's just got the gears clogged up. So take an Allen wrench, take it, stick it in there, and twist it. And if you feel it move smoothly, hit the reset button, go ahead and turn it back on, and you might be good to go. You might not need to replace your whole unit, so that might save you guys a lot of time from having to replace it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. I think you guys got everything. Here's how it comes assembled. You're going to put the plumber's putty in between here, so make sure you get like a, this is like a $1.19 or something. So all you do is roll it up. I'll show you guys right now. I just wanted to show you guys, there's a ring over here to get this out if you can't get it out. And what I did is I set this one up so you guys could see it. Right in here there's a ring, and Can you see that where it splits off? I put a flathead screwdriver in there, and you can just pop the ring out. When you pop the ring out, this section with 3 screws will pop out. And this is what I meant by making like a worm out of like Play-Doh. And this is what's going to go around when you go set your new one back up. What you're going to do is clean that out underneath there. When this all pops out and comes out, you're just going to make this little, and you could put a lot of extra, it doesn't matter, it's just going to squish right out. So put a ring right around here where your base is, and I'll show you, I'm going to do it right now for you guys. But here's the ring, I popped the ring off, this came out after it. This is what we're looking at right there, and I'm just going to, you should be able to push this up. It's just stuck because of the plumber's putty. It's been sitting there for like 10 years. I'm just going to have to work it to get it off. There it goes. And you got a little gasket that goes on top. So just remember that. It comes with a new one. So pop that off. I'm going to clean this up real nice. And this is where you're going to work the worm on the opposite side of this after I clean all that up. Or you could use your new one. I'm going to use mine just because it's got cool rating on it. But I'm going to clean it all up. You're going to work the worm around there. I'll show you guys what cleaned up, nice and dried it up. Then I worked the worm around there like I said, and I smushed it. It's almost like Play-Doh. So going to go ahead and let this come down here and push it down a little bit. Try to center it, whatever. And the putty will just get smushed out as you go to crank in these 3 screws. But next step is to put the gasket on there. Placing that up against the old silly putty. Oh, we got some old putty up there. Make sure I clean that up before I do that. Alright, so put the gasket up there. You can see some squishing out already. And then next is gonna come this piece here. I got one hand. Here's the next piece. Gasket on top of it. I'm holding that. Got one hand here. Next is going to the next piece with the 3 screws. Have it facing that way. And next you're gonna have to pop that ring on. So I'm going to do that. I can't do it while I'm showing you guys, but like I said, that's your ring. There's a groove in there. You pop that in place. On there. I had some help. I had somebody pushing down on this because it kept trying to pop up. So have somebody help you, driver, and punch this out. Just hammer in, keep breaking apart the hole in there. So the grinder will grind it all up. I was able to get it out from inside the section when it popped out. Just hit it with a hammer. It doesn't come with a plug. Don't panic. You can do it. I'll help you. Unscrew this little plate right here and let's get in there. That is a black wire and a white wire. To figure out what wire goes where, look at your plug, and as it would be plugged into the wall, this wire is going to be where the white wire goes to your left, and this wire on the right is where your black wire goes. That's just how electrical sockets are. I'm going to follow my wire all the way to this side, and that's going to be my white wire. The center wire is your ground, and your ground wire is going to be screwed into here. All you're going to do is twist them together. I've already got mine stripped. And you're going to twist them together, and you're going to put a wire nut on the hole next to this compartment. Feed your wire through the hole. That way when we wire it all up and you're done, you get to tuck it back in and put the plate over it. Let's twist them together. Twist it on, and the green wires, hook it around the green screw, and you're going to screw it on. Wire it up. Now I'm going to push it in, put the plate back over it. And you see how that's going to look. And that's why you shoved it through the hole. And line it up and put the screw on. Everything's set up. Keep your hands back, and we're going to go ahead and try to test it out. Do not put your hands near there. And go ahead and plug it in and see what happens. Works great. I'm going to take some dish soap. You don't have to do this. And I've already told you in the video, rub it around where the where it's going to screw onto. It'll really help you out. I just have had hell of a time trying to get these things on sometimes. This is the main part that's going to need the dish soap right there. So it can twist right on. Okay, if you could turn a bottle cap on a 20-ounce can or a bottle of pop, you can do this. So what you do is push it straight up, and then you twist it on. All 3 sections have to lock on. When they do, the dish soap will help. You'll see what I mean. It'll be easy. Twist it all the way so it's locked in, and make sure that your 3 screws are going to press up against this plate, and that's when the silly putty is going to come into play. Also, make sure that this gasket is on there before you go and lock the plate on. Have somebody look on top when you're screwing in the 3 screws and do one at a time every so often, and make sure that this is centered. You don't want it being lopsided. Start to screw in your 3 screws. and make sure they're exactly how they're in that tripod of the plate. One here, and one in the other section. Just do one at a time. Do this one, then do that one, but don't go all the way tight. Keep working them one at a time, one at a time. Before I go ahead and do all that really tight, put these on, put that on, your dishwasher drainage. Make sure those are locked where you want. When you're done, everything should look like this. Everything's in place. One of the plugs turns the switch on and off, the control. And I haven't even cleaned this up yet, but we're going to go ahead and test it. You can hear it working. That one shuts it off. Everything works great. Just keep screwing in like one screw after the other and working with the putty. Like right now I can probably start trying to clean this up. I think I've pressed it in pretty good. Clean it all up with your fingers. And if yours is lopsided, just move it and center it where you want it. And then you don't have to do it really, really tight. The plumber's putty will make it so it doesn't leak on you. So once you've got it all out of the way, just clean it up. I'm just going to screw it in a little bit right here. I could feel a little bit on the ridge, a little bit there. This screws on pretty good. So just maybe a couple turns on each side. We'll call this project done. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up button.